Well, here we are at beautiful Warburton Holiday Park, and the view does not get any better. I'm going to let you check out the view while I get something from the Evercool. Now I've got some chicken. Normally I would tell you to keep chicken in the fridge the whole time, but with this you need to take it out a little bit earlier. I've just had it sitting on top of the Evercool for about 15 minutes. You want to take that bone chill out of it because we're putting it into hot oil. Put something cold into hot oil, it's going to spit and spurt and you won't cook it through to the bone. This is fried chicken, and I guarantee you it's going to be better than the fried chicken we all know about. And it's really, really simple. So get yourself a Ziploc bag. I'm going to put together our herbs and spices just like the Colonel would. Some thyme, and get your leaves, and there's a nice little trick with thyme leaves. If you run your fingers backwards along the stem, you'll end up just pulling off the leaves and leaving the sprig. We're going to use that to test our oil later, so hold on to it. So into our little Ziploc bags, we put our thyme leaves. I've got about 3 large sprigs of thyme and thyme leaves. And then your spices are up to you a little bit. I'll give you a guide on what I think is best, but if you don't like any of these things, just leave them out. First, some cumin, about a teaspoon of cumin. Then some garlic powder, about a teaspoon again. Then some onion salt, about 2 teaspoons of onion salt. Some smoked paprika. Good pinch. Well, actually, I probably don't need any salt. I've got onion salt in there. If you're using onion powder, then add some salt. But I've got onion salt and coriander, ground coriander. And then I want the juice of 1 lemon. Squeeze that in. And that creates a bit of a wet rub for our chicken. Now the lemon will help break down the proteins in the chicken, so tenderize it a little bit, and also means that our spices are going to stick to our chicken. Juice in, zip that up, give it a little squelch. Then in there goes our chicken. So drumsticks. I've got drumsticks, thighs with the bone in, and wings. If you wanted to do chicken tenders, you could. And we get a thigh as well. And then some wings. Zip that up. And give it a shake. And that'll put all your coating on your chicken. Now, if you wanted to, you could leave this for 15 minutes for all of that to soak in. But if you're in a hurry and you want your fried chicken straight away, you could leave it for 2 or 3 and then get to the coating. A couple of minutes, we're ready to go. In this bag, I've got some flour, just plain flour, and that's going to be our coating to give us that crispy outside to our chicken. So we'll take our nicely coated chicken pieces, pop them in with our flour. And then it's the same thing. You need to give it a good shake, get a good coating of chicken on the outside, good coating of flour on the outside of the chicken. So while they, again, sit there for a couple of minutes, what we can do is pop our other pieces of chicken into this bag and we go through the same process again. And this is where holding on to your little thyme sprig comes in handy. Because this has got moisture in it, like you would with a chopstick if you're doing it at home. If we pop this into the oil and we see bubbles coming out, our oil is hot enough. So in, you see those bubbles coming out? So it means we're ready to go. Chicken out. You can try and get off the excess flour if you want. The more flour you leave on there, the more of a crispy coating you're going to get. So that is our fried chicken. Straight into our oil. Now don't overcrowd the pan because you'll cool it, or the wok, because it'll cool down. So probably 2 pieces at a time. And while that does its thing and bubbles away, we'll get a little bit of paper towel ready for it to come out onto. So just keep an eye on the chicken. Obviously the bottom of the wok is going to be the hottest, so make sure you're turning it over every minute or so. And make sure you can control the heat in your wok. Make sure you fry them in stages. So these 2 can come out and we'll pop a couple more in. This is our final little batch of chicken. So we've had 3 batches to give us 6 pieces. Pop that out onto your absorbent paper. Last bit on, and there we go. That's my version of camp fried chicken, cooked on the pig.